Dear you, a few hours ago, my biggest fear was losing you. That was it. That was the thing keeping me up at night. I was asking myself if I was selfish for wanting you to stay. I was wondering if I was holding you back from the future you wanted. I kept replaying conversations in my head, trying to figure out what the right thing to do was. I questioned myself constantly. Am I enough? Am I supportive enough? Am I asking for too much? Am I the reason things feel difficult? I spent so much time trying to understand your perspective that I stopped paying attention to my own. I convinced myself that maybe I just needed to be stronger. Maybe I needed to be more understanding. Maybe I needed to let go of my fears. Maybe I was the problem. And then I learned something I never knew. You cheated on me 4 years ago. 4 years. I keep coming back to that number, not because it changes what happened, but because it changes how long I didn't know, how long I loved you without having the full truth, how long I made decisions without information I deserved to have. And just like that, the entire story changed. Not because the past changed, but because my understanding of it did. Now I'm sitting here trying to hold two completely different realities at the same time. The reality where I was terrified of losing you, and the reality where, without me knowing, something had already been lost years ago. The trust, the certainty, the innocence I had in this relationship. The belief that even when things were hard, at least I knew what our foundation was built on. I didn't know. I didn't know there was a chapter of our relationship that I wasn't part of. I didn't know there was a truth being carried that I wasn't allowed to see. And I don't know what to do with that. Because here's the part nobody prepares you for. I still love you. I wish I could say that changed instantly. I wish I could say that the moment I found out, everything became clear. That anger replaced love. That heartbreak replaced hope. That I suddenly knew exactly what I wanted and exactly what I should do next. But that's not what happened. I still love you. And I hate that I still love you. I hate that my heart didn't get the memo. I hate that my first instinct isn't to run. I hate that part of me still wants to protect you while another part of me is trying to understand why I wasn't protected from this. I don't know which version of myself to trust anymore. The woman who loves you, or the woman who is devastated by you, the woman who wants to believe you, or the woman who now wonders what else she doesn't know. For weeks, I thought the problem was me. Too emotional, too attached, too sensitive, too afraid. I thought maybe I was making things harder than they needed to be. I thought maybe if I could just calm down, trust more, worry less, everything would feel okay again. And that's what hurts so much, because I didn't know. I didn't know there was a reason I felt unsettled. I didn't know there was a truth missing from the story, so I carried all of that weight myself. I blamed myself for struggling. I blamed myself for being anxious. I blamed myself for needing reassurance. I blamed myself for not being able to just relax and enjoy what we had. And now I keep thinking about that version of me, the version who was trying so hard, the version who loved you with everything she had, the version who kept choosing us, even when things felt difficult. And my heart breaks for her, because she didn't have all the information. She was trying to solve a puzzle without all the pieces. She was trying to make sense of feelings she couldn't explain. She was carrying responsibilities that didn't belong entirely to her. And I wonder how many nights I cried over things that were never fully my fault. How many times I apologized for needs that were completely reasonable. How many times I made myself smaller because I thought that was what love required. How many times I convinced myself that if I just loved harder, things would feel safe again. I keep thinking about trust. Not just trust in you. Trust in myself. Because betrayal doesn't just make you question another person. It makes you question your own reality. You start revisiting memories, conversations, moments that once felt simple, and suddenly you're looking at all of them differently. You wonder what was real. You wonder what you missed. You wonder whether the person you loved was the person standing in front of you, or the person you believed was standing there. And that's a different kind of grief. It's not just grieving what happened. It's grieving what you thought happened. It's grieving the version of your story you believed was true. Because today I realized something. I'm not just grieving the possibility of losing you. I'm grieving the relationship I thought I had, the certainty I thought we shared, the safety I thought existed, the version of us that lived in my head. And maybe that's why this hurts so much. Because I don't know what happens next. I don't know if we stay together. I don't know if trust can be rebuilt. I don't know if forgiveness is possible. I don't know if healing means staying or leaving. I don't know which questions I should be asking first. All I know is that tonight I am hurt. Tonight I am confused. Tonight I am trying to understand how someone can be both the person who comforts you and the person who shattered something inside you. And maybe that's why I'm here. Because there are things I can't say to you yet. Questions I don't have the courage to ask. Emotions that don't fit neatly into categories. Because I am angry and heartbroken and still in love and resentful and grateful for the truth. And devastated by it. All at the same time. And I don't know what that says about me. Maybe it says I'm human. Maybe it says healing isn't as simple as people make it sound. Maybe healing isn't waking up one day with all the answers. Maybe healing starts by telling the truth. The truth that love and pain can exist in the same place. The truth that forgiveness and hurt can exist in the same place. The truth that someone can be the person you love most and the person who hurt you most. The facts are simple. You cheated 4 years ago. I didn't know until now. I am hurt, and I don't have to decide the rest of my life tonight. Maybe that's enough for now. Because if I'm honest, I don't think this letter is really about you. I think it's about me. The woman who spent weeks wondering if she was selfish for wanting to be chosen. The woman who blamed herself for struggling. The woman who thought she was the problem. The woman who didn't realize she was carrying pain that didn't belong entirely to her. I don't know what tomorrow brings. I don't know what happens to us. I don't know whether we'll survive this. But I know this. I deserve the truth. I deserve the space to process it. I deserve compassion from myself. And I deserve to stop turning every wound into evidence that I am somehow not enough. So no, I won't send this letter. Not because it doesn't matter, but because for the first time in a long time, I think I need to hear myself more than I need you to hear me. And maybe that's where healing begins. Not in the answers. Not in the future. Not in what happens next. But in finally listening to the voice I've spent so long ignoring, my own. Until the next letter.